Hey y'all, welcome back to Neon's Movie Reviews. I'm Neon, this is my review channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 1986's Peggy Sue Got Married, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. But before I dive into that, I just want to say if you enjoy my content, please give this video a like, it really helps out the channel. And we are a couple weeks into the Summer of Nic Cage right now, still got a couple more weeks to go as well, so subscribe if you want to be notified of more content, and if you actually want to get notified, hit that little bell in the corner. But, Peggy Sue Got Married. This is a film I've only seen twice now. First time, it was something that my dad was basically forced me to see. I had like zero interest in it at the time, and he was basically just like, no, sit down, you're gonna watch this. And I fucking love the movie. Basic plot is you've got Peggy Sue, played by Kathleen Turner. She's married her high school sweetheart. It's been 25 years, and they're getting divorced. Her high school sweetheart is his character is Chris, or known by his friends as Crazy Chris, and he's played by Nic Cage. They have a child, grown up now, played by Helen, and it's the eve of the 25th high school reunion. Peggy Sue goes to the reunion, has a great time. She ends up passing out, and she wakes up and she's back in her 17-year-old body. She's with all of her old friends, has not gotten married, still hasn't gone to the prom, and she realizes she's got a second chance at life. What makes this film so different, though, than any of the other ones, you've got, like, this is basically a mix of like 13 Going on 30 meets Family Man or like It's a Wonderful Life. It's that type of time travel story. It's a second chance. And what makes this one different is the whole divorce aspect of the story. That carries into the past. When she goes into the past, she is still angry at Nic Cage's character for the things that he did in the present. So she retaliates against his 17-year-old version of himself who has no knowledge of this stuff. And she retaliates against that, getting her own vengeance, doing the same things that he did to her. And it gets very dark because of that. It plays around with that a lot because she's still angry at him. She still sees him as, the version that she knows, and she's treating him like he's done all these horrible things when he's just some innocent kid who hasn't done anything. And that creates a really dark aspect within this film. It was really, really well done, really great acting performances by both Turner and Cage, but it does make this not so fun when you get to those parts. And there's quite a few of those parts. But overall, though, the movie's really fun. It's really lighthearted. It's got that, it's time travel back to the 50s or 60s type of movie. It's Back to the Future. It's countless others like that. But it's really fun. It's really safe, or not safe, but it's really fun entertainment. Does cross a couple lines, couple points, but it's all very important things, and it's really nice to see a film actually discuss these subjects. Most Hollywood films just glance over that stuff because it's like, it's too real for our audience. They're looking for escapism. Let's move on. And so it was nice to see a film just like, oh, no. That is what we're dealing with. Is this, 30-something-year-old woman going through a divorce and taking out that aggression on her, or 40-something-year-old woman, taking out that aggression on her younger life. And yeah, really fun film. What I find equally interesting, though, is some of the behind-the-scenes stuff of this film. So this is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, the guy who did Godfather, Cotton Club, Apocalypse Now, Tetro, Conversation. It's not the type of director you would expect to make a, coming-of-age time travel story. This does not at all feel like a Francis Ford Coppola film. There's a couple of really cool shots that are done in the film, but overall you really can't tell that this is a Francis Ford Coppola film. Come to find out, that's because it wasn't supposed to be. It was a Penny Marshall film originally. Cast started blowing up though, and the studio got cold feet, didn't think that an inexperienced director would be able to handle such big talents, and they fired her. Brought in Francis Ford Coppola. She went off to go make Big right after, so it worked out in her case. But I just find it funny that they were just like, no, you got Nic Cage and Kathleen Turner and all these other guys. Like, nah, sorry, this is too big for you. Okay, I'm gonna go work with Tom Hanks then. Like, that's hilarious, especially in hindsight, because at the time, Big, he was kind of a nobody, but it was a huge film. But yeah, you've got Nic Cage doing a really, really weird performance with his voice. He took like a character from Gumby, and like that was his voice, so it's very odd. Apparently, also just surprised everybody with it, so almost lost him the job. But because because Nicolas Cage is actually Nicolas Coppola, there's a little more. He could sway him a little more than most, but. Kathleen Turner had no knowledge of this, so when he showed up to set and just started acting, he was just using this crazy, weird voice, and most of his co-stars were like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, but really, really works. Really, once you get past that initial just like, what the fuck's going on with his voice? It really all comes together, and it works really well. But something else I found really interesting is just some of the side casts that you have. So you've got Jim Carrey is one of Nic Cage's buddies. You've got, I'm blanking on the actress's names, but it's the wife from Face Off, is John Travolta's wife in that movie. She's one of the Peggy Sue's best friends, and the other best friend is the mom from the original Child's Play. So it was kind of fun to see all these actors that I've seen in a bunch of other things all in this one thing together, all being kids and everything. It was a lot of fun. And then you've also got, I think his name is Kevin J. Anderson. He's Benny from The Mummy. He was really fun to see in here. He plays the like cool kid, or not the cool kid. He plays the kid that all the girls like, but he's like always brooding and wearing dark clothes, sitting off alone in the shadows, reading a book. Like, that's this guy. And it was really fun to see him play that character, because every time I've ever seen him, he plays the weirdo. He plays the weird, ugly-looking guy. And in this, it was kind of cool to see him play, like, the hot kid, like the one that a lot of the girls really liked. And that was really fun to see him play. But, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Really good directing all around, really good performances all around, really solid screenplay. It goes to some places that you're not expecting. It deals with it, like hints at some things from the past that you would not be expecting to be covered under this. And there's some truly heartwarming moments where, like, Peggy Sue, when she gets to the past, she sees her mom, and she's just immediately like, oh my god, Mom, you look amazing, you're so young, like, yes. And she sees her sister, she's immediately just like, oh my god, all this really fun stuff of just like, it's been 25 years, so yeah, she is going to react differently than she would have as a kid. And it's just a second chance at life. But, and I think the film overall goes to places that just you don't expect it to go to. There's some subplots that are just like, where the fuck are we going? But they all work. They all really work. It gets really weird, but it's just solid filmmaking. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. Again, basically all for the same reasons I just said. There are some things that I think it could have done a little better, which is why I'm not giving it as high of a rating as I've given some other films. But this one, all in all, 7 out of 10, still solid entertainment, still highly recommend it. And if you haven't seen it, like, please go see this movie. It's really good. But that's gonna wrap this up. I got a couple more reviews. I just recently watched Rage and Teen Titans Go to the movies, so those reviews will be coming out next couple days, and then still got a lot more reviews on the way as well for the Summer of Nic Cage. But yeah, thanks you all for watching, and hope you all stay safe.